Yeah, thanks very much. It's a real honor to be here, and Danny, as we all know, is truly a remarkable individual. I'm going to read you a speech that Arnold Schwarzenegger forced me to put together. About 10 years ago, some of you are all in Ohio, they have the Arnold Sports Festival, as you know, every year. And I donated the Arnold statue to the city of Columbus in 2012. And it happened, Jim Warmer, his partner at the time, called me up and says, we want to do this, and before he finished the sentence, I said, done. And best investment I ever made, because everybody gets their picture taken in front of it. But this was a speech that he had me do when I won the Lifetime Achievement Award, which is a big deal for me because all of my mentors, Ben Weider, Joe Weider, Stallone, Reg Park, who was Arnold's idol, all the people that came before, the 12 that came before, I was lucky number 13. So. Our lives here and all of you here, and I got to watch a lot of the demos, you guys are really a truly remarkable group, and it's really Danny's legacy and his ability to bring people together that made this all happen. And I typically don't go to the smaller regional events, I very rarely do go, but Danny and his wife are such amazing people, so I wanted to work that into the schedule, and I'm very happy and honored to be here among you. And we've all dedicated so much of our lives to this. But it's a commitment to inspire and motivate and giving back and encouraging sports participation, promoting a life of health and wellness. It's this commitment to inspire and motivate, giving back, encouraging sports participation, promoting a life of health, fitness, and wellness. Our world needs a lot of help. It's up to us as individuals to do our part, to be the change that we wish to see in this world. True success is making a difference by inspiring, helping others, and giving back. When you give, you get. And that's not the reason you should give. You should give because it's the right thing to do. And Danny is a perfect example of that. And when he asked me to come and help a bit with this event, it was an honor and a pleasure to do so. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give. Having a passion for learning and education, sharing with others, this is what it's taught me. Put gratitude in your attitude. When you focus on making a difference in other people's lives, your life is the one that improves the most. And all of you are lifelong teachers, and I can see the enthusiasm. I've been running world federations for the International Sports Federation, bodybuilding. I was overseeing over 190 countries for over 40 years through the sport of bodybuilding and fitness, so being the prime ministers, heads of countries all over. But martial arts is different, and I've also been in Olympic Games going back decades, helped design the drug testing protocols for the Atlanta Olympic Games, the Sydney Olympic Games. So I've been in that mix and involved with many, many sports through over 190 countries. But as martial artists, you guys are different, because what you do that's so different from every other sport, you share your art. You teach others. There's no other sport in the world that does what you guys do, ladies and guys. No one does it. No other sport. They covet, they hide. You can't see my play, you can't see what I'm playing. But in martial arts, you share. And that's what drew me back into the martial arts again. I tested for my 6th Dan black belt in 1986 in Malaysia. Let me tell you, Malaysians are pretty rough mofos to work with. They are not pleasant. The bamboo sticks, they hurt on every part of your body. And Arnold asked me, I sponsored a lot of events at the Arnold Sports Film Festival, among many others. And he said, why don't you make a little quick movie about your life? I don't want to do this. He says, please. And in it, I had some demonstrations of setting world records. So Master Alan Goldberg, who a lot of you know, who holds the largest mega martial arts event, and Chuck Zito were in the audience. He said, you got to come to our big mega martial arts. This is in 2011. So in 2012, I went to my first, and I'd seen a lot of these guys because I used to fight the backstreet Chinatown fights, where you come back, with open heart surgery without patient consent. And so it was relearning and getting to see all these people that I used to train with so many years ago. And I was hooked again because of the culture and the corporate culture of martial arts. You guys are different than every other sport. In my mind, you're superior to every other sport. I trained for the Olympic and freestyle wrestling, and as Danny was kind enough to mention, a bunch of world records and involved in all these different things, but nothing matches what you people do. And by no means is the journey easy. As we all know, it's really a tough journey. To be successful, you have to have inner strength, an unbreakable will, and an unstoppable spirit, and persistence. Persistence is really key. You will fail. You will fail often. It'll be very discouraging at times. It will test you to your very core. Do not fear failure. We all share the experience of adversity, challenges and obstacles, failures and success. Everyone fails. I failed so many times that I have a plaque, and I've formed about 50 companies. I have a plaque in my office with metal plates. There are like 35 metal plates, all filled with failures. Okay? I failed over and over again. Building companies, you fail. You cannot be afraid to fail. And that's something we need to make our students well aware of. That it's going to happen. We're all going to fail. It's okay. If you don't fail, you do not learn. You learn from those mistakes. You learn from not winning that tournament. You learn from not getting that deal. I'm just going to diverse for a second. You know, just to tell you about failures, okay? Years ago, in the world of business, I would have owned a company that was Amazon.com 10 years before Amazon existed. I had a guy come up to me, this is 10 years before Amazon existed. So kind of a computer nerd guy comes over and he goes, you know, I got this thing, we're going to do something really weird. We're going to sell books and vitamins online. What a crazy idea. Who the hell would even want to go for something like this? They raised $50 million through one of the major houses. They then proceeded to hire a Harvard MBA. If you want to destroy a company, hire a Harvard MBA, for sure. He then went on to do some things with the secretaries of the office. They blew through $50 million. And I own 20% of that company, which would have been Amazon. Then years later, just like 3 years ago, so I hold a party at the Penthouse of the Venetian, standing, a few of you guys have mentioned. After my big conference, you know, we had like, not 7,000, we had almost 10,000 doctors from 60 countries. We take 1 million square feet. I started this company 34 years ago. It's the largest conference and exposition group in anti-aging, longevity, and medicine in the world. And so it's an enormous event. So one of the guys, one of my martial arts buddies, Vince Cicero, who a lot of you guys may know, he checks into the Lola Hotel because the Venetian's very pricey. And he goes, you know, I checked in this hotel, and there was a guy putting my luggage away, and he said he knew you, but I figured he's full of crap, you know. Guy was a luggage handler, how's he gonna know you? I go, well, what was his guy's name? It was that guy. So this guy's life, instead of being worth $100, $200 billion, he's now handling luggage at a hotel. Shows you how your life, what directions your life can go into. And you don't know that because there are failures and wins. I have designed vitamins, another crazy idea, vitamins that were organ specific and male and female specific 15 years before, but that project didn't go. I even had a healthy soda company 15 years before anybody even had any vitamin water. They all failed. Now, if they had succeeded, I would be on a yacht in San Tropez, probably dead from who knows why. But instead, I went on to form and do all this charitable work and starting the anti-aging industry, starting NASM, National Academy of Sports Medicine, which has certified over 1.5 million trainers. I may have never done those things if I did not fail. So your life takes these very interesting turns because of failure. So failure is not a bad thing. Failure is a good thing. You need to impress that upon your students. It's okay to fail. It's okay to lose. Just come back stronger. So everyone fails. It tests you. But then you get to share your adversity with others.